Oh my God. Yeah, of the two shells, those are way better. Jesus. We are going to be doing a powder weight comparison. What's up guys, it's Cody B Pyrotechnics, and the other day I did a little comparison between these two shells. This time we're going to do it again, but way more in depth. So I'm going to be shooting the rest of the shells in both kits side by side. We're also going to be doing a powder weight comparison and weighing the two shells. And I can tell you right now that one of these shell kits weighs more than the other one, so let's find out which one it is. Alright, so I've got my two canister shell kits right here. I've got my torch, zip ties, and then two milk crate racks. Definitely don't recommend using these, but for the sake of this video and I want to make it quick, we are definitely going to be using the milk crate racks. They fit 25 HDPE tubes perfectly. I just want to show you how I'm going to be loading these sleeves of shells. I've only got 3 sleeves left, and I took one of the shells out to weigh them. So a sleeve looks like this, and basically what I'm going to be doing is taking the shells out of the sleeve, loading them in various different spots within the rack. And then what I'll do is make a grouping with the fuses and try to hit all 3 groupings at once, since we have 3 sleeves. So I'm going to show you how I load these into the rack. So what I'm going to be doing is taking these canister shells and putting them in different locations like this. You'll notice I'm going to be putting them close together until we decide to go to a new location within the rack. I'm going to be putting these close together because I want to make a grouping with the fuses, and I'll show you exactly how I do this in just a sec. Alright, so now that I've got these canister shells loaded, there's only 5, but remember the other 2 sleeves have 6 in total. What I'll do now is grab each and every single one of these fuses, put them together like so, and then take my zip tie, and I'm going to put that around here and then tighten it so they all stay together. This is what I was talking about right here, so that all shells are like that. And now I'm just going to repeat this same process through both racks, and we'll get all these shells lit up for you. So here are my completed groupings. As you can see, I've got all of the barely legal shells, which are the 5-inch ones, in this rack right here. Some of these caps come off, not a fan of that, but whatever. And then all of these ones are the lock and loads, and on these the labels like to come off. So anyway, that's what that looks like when I say groupings. It's just a bunch of fuses all tied together. I'm going to basically be hitting all 3 of these with a torch. We're going to get way back and try to get a decent comparison video for you guys. Let's go ahead and start with the lock and load shells. So hopefully I can get all 3 of these, but who knows. Oh my God. You guys hear that thunder? Holy crap. Oh, that's not good. There's actually an ash that landed on this one. Hang on. All right, here goes the barely legal 5-inch. Yeah, of the 2 shells, those are way better. Jesus. All right, now let's cut them open and see the difference in powder. All right, we've got the lock and load shells on the left and the barely legal shells on the right. This one is 5 inches in length and the lock and loads are 4, as you can see. Both have a plastic top on them. We are going to be doing a powder weight comparison. You'll notice that I have the exact same effects, silver glitter and crackling flour on both shells. All right, let's go ahead and start with the lock and loads. You'll notice green fuse coming down. Gotta unloop it here. I'm gonna turn my scale on. And then the cup is 5, we're gonna 0 that. We're gonna weigh the fuse and the lift charge. All right, so there's all the lift charge. All right, I basically got all of them. That's what that looks like. Got the fuse out. I'm going to drop this into the cup. And it doesn't weigh anything. Well, it weighs 1 gram. So 1 gram on the fuse. Throw all this lift charge in. So 10 grams. Alright, now I'm going to cut into this lock and load shell and weigh the powder that's inside. It says 10 here, but I'm not entirely sure what that means. So if any of you know why that's there, just let me know in the comments. Alright, here we go. Let's see what's inside the lock and loads. I can tell you right now, I'm already liking how that looks. sure you guys know why. We're gonna make sure to get all of this out of the shell. Yeah, these stars after all this time like to stick together. That's happened to me several times before. And remember, this was the crackling with silver flour, the lock and load shells. All right, that is going to do it for the powder that's inside. Actually, there's a couple more down here. Let's get those out. All right, so we're good on that. It is now empty. We're gonna get this back on the scale. Right, we're gonna zero that. And here's the moment of truth. Lock and load shells. You can get these at Phantom. 37 grams. So those are pretty good. So 37 and 10 grams, that puts these at 47 gram canister shells. I gotta say, not too bad, but I was expecting them to be way heavier. I do, however, really like that composition. Now it's time to cut into the Barely Legal 5-inch shells by the same company, I believe. I can tell you guys from cutting open that first one that now I understand why these shells are so loud. If that gives you any hints. Let's cut this tape. Okay. All right, so we've got the fuse. We're gonna put that aside and get this lift charge out of here. All right, here's all the lift charge. So that's actually bigger grain black powder than the first one. The first one was a little more fine and kind of shiny. Wonder if you guys can even tell the difference. Let me show this up close. Definitely a little bit different on the lift charge there. Let's get the lift charge from the Barely Legals weighed. And that is coming in at 10, and then plus the fuse, so 11 in total. Now I'm gonna cut into the Barely Legal 5-inch shell and see if there's any difference in the weight of the brake charge from the lock and loads versus these. All right, moment of truth on the Barely Legals. Let's see what we got here. Not a fan of the color of this comp, but it is a bigger shell, and that is a big mountain of powder. And we still have some stars in here. I'm really hoping that there's gonna be a solid difference between the two. Otherwise, you're better off just buying one or the other. So as you can see, both sides of the tube are empty now. Now we just gotta weigh this powder. Pretty excited to get this weighed. This is all the powder contents in the Barely Legals. And as you can see, 47 grams. So these babies are 10 grams heavier than the lock and loads, and that is why these, I thought in person, sounded way louder than the lock and loads. So you're getting a 10 gram difference with the same effect in the Barely Legals. The Barely Legals in total come out to be a 58 gram canister shell. Wrap your head around that. These bad boys right here, the lock and loads, they come in at a 47 gram canister shell. I'm highly recommending that if you see either of these shells at the store, definitely lean towards the Barely Legals. The lock and loads. Holy moly. All right, we got the Barely Legals loaded up. I'm gonna do these the same way. Hopefully they all go. Nah, we missed one. Yep, I can tell you right now, those are about double the size and double the noise. Here goes the last one. God dang it, wish I would have got them all. Yeah, some of the better cans I've had in a long time, actually. I'll be getting more of those for sure.